Hello, and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and welcome to the massive mountain pass that a lot of interesting things have happened on recently. Like, for example, whenever we've taken cars here, like sometimes even when I'm not recording, I'll take cars here and I'll just practice up and down, just because it reminds me so much of Fujimi being which is my favorite track ever in a Forza game. I almost said a Forza Motorsport game because Fujimi wasn't a motorsport game, but this is not a motorsport game. So anyways, some people in the comments suggested that I take the Iron Knight and drift it up and down this mountain pass. Now, what I've decided to do is I have decided to attempt to drift the Iron Knight up one side, down the other, spin around up that side, and back down the other side in a completely clean run, completely clean combo, no crashes, no nothing. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and look over the tune a little bit and then make sure the tune is good, and then we're going to attempt to do that. So, let me go ahead and head over to tuning, and we'll just make sure. Let's see. We'll put it out just a little bit in the front, push the caster all the way out, and stiffen the rear sway bar. And let's see, stiffen the rear springs. There we go. And let's see, bring that down just a little bit. And okay, we're locked 100%. So the tune should be, it should be a little bit more willing to slide now. And we're gonna go ahead and, you know what? We're gonna actually get down to the bottom as quickly as possible. And when I say as quickly as possible, I mean as quickly as, like, humanly freaking possible, as long as we don't hit like random outcroppings of rocks. So beautiful in autumn, by the way. Like, it just switched to autumn, and my god, does it look good. It's just gorgeous. All right, we ready? Here we go. First time with this setup. All the other practice runs that I've done, which I've only done a few, have been with the setup as it was before. Oh my god, this thing doesn't have any steering angle. Ugh. And I know a lot of people are going to go, oh my god, why are you not going for more angle? Your drifts are so shallow. Seriously, try doing like a high angle drift in the Iron Knight. It does not have the steering angle for it. It just doesn't. There's our ultimate. Yes. Transition. Oh, come on. There we go. Easy back and forth. Ah, it straightened up on me. See, that's the thing, is like when you don't have much steering angle, it straightens up on you really, really quick. So there's not really, you don't really have a lot of time to kind of like correct for the fact that it will straighten up on you. And especially if you're used to drifting like the FD cars or something with a drift suspension, drifting this thing is going to be an interesting experience for you. And I'm sure that there are still going to be people in the comments that are going to go, oh my god, you know, you're terrible with that thing, your angle is so weak. And see, that's max angle. There was no way it couldn't, I had no more steering angle to draw from to correct that. That was just full lock in the opposite direction, and that's all it would give me. It's a racing truck. This is not made for drifting, and that's, I think, what a lot of people don't realize. And by the way, the fact that we're in a speed zone right now is freaking hilarious because there's not really much actual speed going on here. Ah, see? See? Not enough steering angle. See? Okay, so I'll tell you what. The run down this side of the mountain was not great. Was not clean, was not great. Let's try and make the run over the other side of the mountain a little bit better. Not concerned about that speed zone. I'm sure it's going to tell us we failed because we turned around, but I'm not concerned about that. All right, so let's make this a clean run, and this is going to be a run where I'm going to say, I mean, yes, I will probably ease out of a lot of the drifts, but that's, wow, okay, I've already had a crash. But no, like, that's in the name of trying to get as clean of a run as I can. And honestly, this thing sometimes feels like you're more doing a rolling burnout than an actual drift. But this is about as much drift, quote-unquote, as this thing will give you. So you kind of have to, when you're drifting something like this, you kind of have to take what you can get out of the steering angle because they won't let you tune that. Come on, there we go. Easy. Oh, God. I was going to say ease it through, but... use the torque. Use the torque. Go, 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 go. Okay, a little bit easier now on the downhill side. This side is really fun going downhill. This is by far... I pulled out of that drift. This is by far my favorite side to go downhill on. I mean, like, the other side is okay, but the other side I think is more fun to do uphill. Come on, there we go. God, so many clutch kicks. I need them, though. There's no way I can do this without a ton of clutch kicks. Little flick, and then they're back the other way. Oh, my God. If you run out of speed, you're so done. Like, you are completely done if you run out of speed. And I think the biggest thing that you have to think about is, like, if you're running out of speed with this thing, you either have to get in the gas or you do pretty much nothing. You either get in the gas or the truck hooks up. All right, I'm going to try doing this one more time, and I'm going to try it from the standpoint of not caring and just throwing it, just, like, basically just sending it. So let's see how that works out for us. Wow, so far better than any of the other attempts. Okay. So far cleaner than any of the other attempts. This might be the attempt we were looking for. Oh, come on. Ah, it's just hitting the limiter. There we go. Ah, it keeps straightening up on me. And to be fair, I mean, I understand that, yes, its tendency is to straighten up because it was made to be a race vehicle. It was meant to be a grip vehicle. It was not meant to be, you know, it was not meant to be a hooligan's drift machine, that's for sure. Nonetheless, though, I mean, it's working. It's just very difficult. Ah, hello. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's working. It's just quite difficult to keep it going. Because also, I have to think about the fact that if I overdo it even just a tiny little bit, if I overdo it even the tiniest bit, then it's just going to spin because it doesn't have the steering angle to carry it. Hey, Ghosted Land Rover, come on! Be easy with it. Okay, so, I mean, is it doable? Yeah, it's doable, but, like, I'm going to try and carry on this combo. But, yeah, I mean, is it doable? Yes. Is it something you would want to do? I mean, I think, like, aside from the comedy aspect of it, I'm not sure, because, like, it's a very novel thing, right? You know, drifting a mountain pass in a semi-truck. It's like, a super novel thing. But, like, does it actually make sense? Like, is it actually effective? No. It's not actually effective at all, and I feel like, I don't know, I mean, I didn't expect it to be all that effective. I feel like if you expected this thing to set records as some sort of, like, drift beast, you kind of were off the mark. But, it's still very fun to drive, and it's actually a really nice challenge because, see, right there, that was maximum steering angle. Maximum correction angle. You really don't get much. You get very little, actually. Very, very little. And I think, honestly, like, that can promote a different kind of, like, you know, training, because you kind of have to think, okay, all I can do is slight angle, and that's it. If I do any more than slight angle, I'm done. And honestly, like, that's kind of a weird way to think about it, because especially now with, like, the drift suspension and the Formula D cars, like, the way the game promotes drifting is, you know, big angle, which is how drifting is promoted pretty much universally, especially with the pro cars, is as much angle as possible. And this thing is not an angle monster. It's not an angle monster in the least. It's actually, like, you feel more like you're doing a burnout with a slight countersteer than actually drifting, to be brutally honest, which is kind of again, it's a weird way to think about it, but it kind of works. If you think about it more along the lines of a continuous burnout with slight countersteer, if you think of it more that way instead of actually, like, think of it like drifting, then you'll actually kind of be better off, and you'll be a lot better, you know, you'll be a lot better suited to driving this thing. Let's not hit that guy. Woo! Really close. But anyways, I think that the big takeaway with this is, like, yes, I don't know, yes, it works, but does it work in a way that I would, like, recommend using it as, like, an actual drift-focused vehicle or a drift build? No, not really, mainly because of the steering angle. It just doesn't have it, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to click that like button. Tell me in the comments below what you guys thought of it. I'll definitely be looking at the comments for more suggestions because, again, a bunch of you guys asked for this, so that's why it's here. But again, I will see you all in the next one. Talk to you guys later.